Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am so excited about this one. I just got home from Miami today and I couldn't wait to get into this collection here. So this is the new collection from Too Faced. It is their better than chocolate kind of collection. So they sent over a little chocolate box. I actually ordered the palette myself as well from Macy's a little bit early. I saw it go up a couple days before the release date. I knew I wanted this palette, so I ordered that with like the speed shipping. But it came while I was gone, so that's why this video is a little bit late. But then I was not expecting Too Faced to actually send the collection as well, so that was really cool. I don't often get PR from Too Faced. Unfortunately, the one from Macy's, they shipped it in a little bubble mailer, so the mirror is cracked on this one. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and return this one to them. Maybe they'll send me another one and I can put it in a giveaway, but it came like this. None of the shades broke, surprisingly, but the mirror did come cracked, which is kind of dangerous because you could get little glass shards in the eyeshadows. So yeah, not impressed with the Macy's shipping. I feel like that happened to me another time, but luckily I did get this in PR to try out for you guys today. So let me share with you what I have. I know there's a lot in the collection, but I basically just have 3 of the main items. So here is the palette. I know that's what we're most excited for. So it says Better Than Chocolate. It has your shades here on top. Here is what the inside of the palette looks like here. So Better Than Chocolate, and then you have your colors here, a mixture of mattes and shimmer colors. It is another kind of neutral palette with pops of color, which Too Faced tends to do on the regular, but this palette is actually retailing for $54. I think that's their normal price, but I don't know. I feel like when they first came out with the chocolate palettes and like the peach palettes, I think they used to be $49, but I could definitely be wrong on that. I don't know. Maybe they were always $54. I know their like natural palettes that they have out are $52. And something interesting, I was looking on the Too Faced site and they don't have any more chocolate palettes on their website. So I don't know if Ulta and Sephora even have those anymore, but this must be kind of replacing those as the new and improved chocolate palette. So reading off of the website here, it does say there's 18 exclusive multi-finish shades, so there shouldn't be repeat colors. Some colors are definitely going to look similar though in between palettes, that is for sure, because they do a lot of these color schemes. It says rich high pigment shadows offer true color payoff, a silky smooth formula that blends effortlessly, and it's supposed to smell like molten chocolate cake. It definitely smells like chocolate. It smells almost a little richer than some of their older chocolate bar palettes, so I feel like that could be true. It smells really good though. I love the chocolate scent. Classic Too Faced. And then it also says that their inspiration, it says that they wanted to create an updated and modernized chocolate palette that smells as good as it looks. So this is the new kind of chocolate palette. We've had the original chocolate, which kind of started kicking off Too Faced popularity. I feel like they just got really big after that. Everyone had the chocolate palette. They came out with the milk chocolate, the chocolate, there was like a bonbon one with the pink ones, the white chocolate, and it was just like chocolate everything, chocolate gold as well. So they haven't done a chocolate palette in a minute, so I was kind of excited to pick this one up because I've always loved the chocolate palettes. I don't really have any more in my collection, so I can't really do any comparisons with the chocolate palettes, but I've tried a lot from Too Faced, so I'm super familiar with the formulas. Anyways, that is a look at the palette. Let's go ahead and do some swatches here. So this is a very warm neutral palette, and then we have a couple pops of like purple, blue, and then there's like this almost olivey green color in there. Overall, I feel like the shades swatched pretty nicely. Now there is some more stuff in the collection. They also sent over the eyeliner in the collection. So this is the Better Than Sex just regular Easy Glide waterproof liquid liner, which they do have in their collection in black, but they made a new shade that is in chocolate for the collection, and this is just like a very rich brown, a chocolate brown as you would say. Swatched here. I do have this liner and I do use it from time to time. I don't know if it's super long wearing, because I will say when I washed my hand, the swatch came off pretty easily, and usually if it's a good liquid liner, it won't rinse off right away like that, but there is a chocolate brown eyeliner. And they also sent over this new lip injection as well in the collection called the Chocolate Plump Maximum Plump Lip Gloss from Too Faced. If you guys are a fan of the lip injections, this one does smell like chocolate. The eyeliner, it doesn't smell like chocolate. I did smell it because I was really curious, but this one smells so good. This is a really pretty kind of rose gold gloss. They also are coming out with a couple new bronzers. I do not have those with me. They have really cute new pink packaging. So those should be coming out soon. There's actually a new shade called Golden Cocoa and Caramel Cocoa. I don't think they've had those before, but I love the pink packaging on these. I'll insert a picture here. And there's also going to be Cocoa Bold lipsticks, which are part of the Lady Bold lipstick line, which I really am a fan of. And I cannot wait to get my hands on these. I'm looking at the Too Faced site and they aren't available yet. I don't know if Sephora has them. I know this whole collection is on Sephora. I'm not sure about Ulta and then Macy's. So that is the first look here at the collection. I am going to do 2 looks today. One more neutral bronzy eyes and this kind of fun colorful look as well, playing with the colors in the palette. So let's go ahead and get into that. So I'm starting with my Rougher 13 brush and going in with Lick the Bowl. Right off the bat, this color is really more pigmented than I thought it was going to be, so that's awesome. I'm going to deepen that up just a bit with the shade Bitter Half. Just using a larger brush this time. And we're going to go for just a really chocolatey, smoky look. Next, I'm going to use Brownie Points in the outer corner, using that same brush. That actually blended pretty well. I'm impressed with the mattes so far in here. I'm going to take Lick the Bowl again on my lower lash line. And Bitter Half underneath there to match with the lid. Next, I'm going to take Nice Buns on the lid. I'm just going to put that in the middle. And taking a little bit of Ooey Gooey in the inner portion of the eye. So with this brown eye look, I am going to try out their Better Than Sex Waterproof Liquid Liner. I was worried it would blend in too much, but it actually looks pretty good. Okay guys, so I went ahead and put on a little half flash here just to have a little something. It doesn't match exactly with the liner, but I feel like you can't really tell if you get up, unless you get up like super close, because the half flash has a black band. The eyeliner is just a little bit of a darker brown, but I feel like the eyeliner does look better. I was a little iffy at first if it would be dark enough to show up with the browns in the palette. So they also sent over their lip injection in the collection. I know there is lipsticks coming out as well, but I'm going to go in first with this ColourPop lip liner in Ashton. And this is a super cool grayish brown. And fill in with the Maximum Plump in the Chocolate Plump, which does smell like chocolate. So here is the final look. So I do want to also test out more of the purples, blues in the palette before I give it like my thoughts. So I thought I would do another look here. So I think for this one, I will start with this Mauve Rose called Bite Me. And just placing that all over the crease area. Next, I'm going to use Bitter Half again. I used that for the last look too. And I'm actually going to use this one in the outer corner since it has a little bit of a berry tone to it, and just blend it a little into the crease as well. Next, using a flat brush, I did wet it and I'm going to go into Midnight Snack, this deeper purple, and I'm placing this towards the outer corner of the eye. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Bless Your Tarte, this fun blue. It's actually like a duochrome, which is interesting. I'm going to layer that in the middle. I did wet the brush again, and I'm just pushing that into the product here. This is like a second layer, because it is a little bit sheer at first, but I'm actually kind of impressed with how it looks overall on the eyes. because I feel like usually when Too Faced does blue, it doesn't go so well. And when I swatched it earlier, it didn't look the best. But I mean, once you layer it up, I feel like it looks really good. Now wiping that brush off, I'm going to wet it again and take the Milk It color, which is like this white pearlescent shade, and place this in the inner portion. And kind of blend that together. I do want to take a little bit of Midnight Snack as well and just run this along the lower lash line as well. Okay, I'm going to clean that up with concealer just to clean those edges real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and put my lashes on. I just used the same pair in my last clip. I'm going to try a different lip liner with the lip gloss and see how this looks with the Huda Beauty Honey Beige, which it's a little bit less, I feel like, dramatic than the ColourPop one was. So we'll see how that will kind of change the lip gloss color. So that is going to complete our second look and the one I'll be wearing throughout the video today. Okay guys, so I wanted to round up kind of my thoughts here, testing out the Better Than Chocolate collection for the first time. I feel like we kind of got a good go with the palette. Like, I did 2 looks, we tried out some different things, and I do have some opinions, and I do want to do a couple comparisons as well. So first, I do want to say I do think this is a nice upgrade for a chocolate palette, but is it super unique in the Too Faced family? I would say no. They did just come out with last year their Cinnamon Swirl. I feel like you could get very similar looks with Cinnamon Swirl, and with this palette there's only like a couple different shades, really, like this fun unique blue. Maybe this gold is a little more unique as well. Too Faced always likes to stick to their neutrals, which I don't blame them. That's what they're good at, and they do make some really bomb neutral browns for sure. I love their neutral browns. If you guys do have a lot of Too Faced palettes, you probably do have this color scheme already in your collection for sure. Let me do just a couple comparisons here. So I pulled out some of my top tier Too Faced palettes because that's all I keep in my collection. I do not hold on to my palettes that I don't really love anymore. So I was gonna swatch it with the Pumpkin Spice, but I actually think these are pretty different. The only like similarities is, yes, there is a couple purples with neutrals and pops of green, but overall they're definitely different color schemes, as you guys could see. Pumpkin Spice is one of my all-time favorites from them. Here it is compared to the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy. Not really similar. Extra Spicy is a lot more warm, more kind of reddish orange tones. Now I did swatch it next to these two. We have the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped, which was their last release, I think. This one leans a little bit more warm. This one has a little bit more color to it. So they're not exactly the same. I would say I get the most similarities from actually this one, which is the Natural Nudes, just with the neutral colors. This one doesn't have any pops of color though, so they're not exactly the same, but I feel like if you do own Natural Nudes, you'll definitely have these neutral shades already. So here is those side by side, and I did go ahead and swatch them as well. Formula wise, I think this formula is nice. Too Faced has different formulas sometimes in their palettes. It can either be hit or miss. This is top tier formula, Born This Way Natural Nudes. I feel like this is pretty close. I think the Natural Nudes is a little bit better per se. I feel like they're just, the mattes are a little bit creamier and the shimmers are almost like a wet feel, but they're like a thicker consistency, if that makes sense, than these. This feels like a similar formula that you would get in like the gingerbread palettes that have come out in like my Pumpkin Spice one. I don't think it's like a super upgraded formula in the past recent years, but definitely upgraded than the original chocolate palettes. So overall, I think this is a nice palette. It is definitely not an essential, but it is super fun, and I know a lot of you guys are collectors like I am. It smells great. I love the idea of a new upgraded chocolate to add to my collection, but I wish it was just a little bit more different, or maybe if they redid the original chocolate palette and kind of improved the formula just a bit, but I still think it's a great palette. Now, with Too Faced, I will say they run a lot of sales, especially 30% off sales. I would personally wait for a sale, but if you just can't wait, I totally understand. I can't either. I always like to get my stuff right away and try it out before it kind of goes out of style and there's like the next new thing. But Too Faced has a lot of sales, especially on their website, so do keep that in mind. I see 30% off all the time, and it should probably work on this probably, I would say within a couple months you might be able to get a discount on this one. If you guys are a fan of the Better Than Sex original liner, I would say you might like to pick up the chocolate if you guys want something a little bit more natural and not so drastic on the eyes. Sometimes if you have a lighter hair color, the browns can actually look a little bit better with your eyes for whatever looks you guys are doing. It just kind of depends if you are doing a really dark smoky look, but any neutral looks I think this would look great with. And I really love the lip injection as well. Everyone always complains how bad they hurt, but I really don't think they're that bad personally. Like, it maybe stings a little bit for like 30 seconds, but I really like this shade. I think it's gorgeous on the lips, so this is a winner for me as well, and it smells incredible. I can't wait to pick up those Lady Bullet lipsticks too, but that is kind of an overview of my thoughts here on this collection. Again, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll have everything linked that I used in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.